Hi there, everybody. Bald&curious here. Back on the range with the S&W Victory 22. Last time you saw it, it was a first look. Uh, it was a little iffy because it was right out of the box, didn't clean it. So finally took it home, cleaned it up, lubed it like I do with all my other guns, and let's see if it can redeem itself, and then we'll talk about it a little bit. Alright, like I said, I didn't blame the gun last time. I was pretty sure it was just a maintenance issue. I put like 6 mags before and 2 more now, so that's about 80 rounds without a hiccup. I'm pretty sure it'll keep licking now. Doesn't seem to be extra dirty. Trigger on this thing is really nice. I'm really happy with it. I'm not gonna dry fire it because I don't have a snap cap, and you're not supposed to dry fire, rim fire guns. But let's bring it to the bench, and we'll talk about it a little bit, and we'll compare it to my other budget 22, my Beretta Neos. Alright, so we're back inside to take a closer look. I did make a couple of changes. The gun originally comes with a fiber optic front and rear sight. So this is the fiber optic rear sight. I wasn't too psyched about it. I don't really like it. So it also comes with a piece of rail, and piece of rail has a built-in sight as well, just a regular black sight. So I opted for that, and this is the only optic I had. I had this sick red dot. That's from my I think from my 5.56. So I threw it on. This is by no means light gun, and heavy optic like that doesn't really help it. But I put it right on, right as close to the center of the gravity as I felt. So it's not that bad. So let's talk about the gun a little bit. Before we talk about it, let me compare it to another inexpensive 22 I have, and that's my spacey looking Beretta Neos. Okay, now Beretta's got a kind of weird ergonomics. It's more space age and whatnot, but by no means bad ergonomics. It's just different. I think Smith & Wesson took from Browning and all the other 22s and put them all together and took the best of it. So ergonomics, I'm gonna give this an edge. Controls, you got your, all your controls are straightforward. You got your slide release, you got your safety over here. The Beretta's little slide release is the same thing. Safety is the same thing, but your mag release is over here. Oops. Mag release is on this side, so that's a little confusing if you don't know. And safety is it's like hard to manipulate on this. But since this is pretty much just a target gun, not an issue. The Victory is pretty much the same story. It's not as easy to manipulate the safety. Okay. The nice thing on the Beretta, when it's on, it kind of digs into your palm of your hand, so it's on. They come apart really similarly. Beretta, it's pretty much toolless. You have this ratcheting system. You got a little button that you press, and that releases the. Actually, let me slide this in the back first, and then you're able to spin the wheel. And wheel is basically just a nut. Okay, it's basically just a nut, and you got a screw starts sticking out of the barrel. So basically that's your barrel. Drop the mag. Alright, here's the rest of the gun. You can take out the firing pin and all that. So put this back together. Nice thing is that, like I said, you don't need any tools. You don't need any tools. All you need is your fingers. All you need is your fingers. You know, you can hear this thing ratcheting. That's what the button does. It can only go one way, so it doesn't loosen up on you by itself. Okay, so that's a nice thing. Now, the Smith & Wesson is a similar thing. You have but you need a Allen wrench. So take the Allen wrench, you take out the screw, and your whole upper and lower comes apart. Then you take out another set screw and you can pull the barrel out. Yeah, nice and easy, but I'm gonna give edge to Beretta because no tools, a lot easier design. Although this is more straightforward, traditional barrel. So while Quartzner already is making upgraded barrels for this thing, so that's plus. But as far as taking it apart, I'll give Beretta an edge because you don't need no tools. You don't have to worry about no screws getting loose. Now I found this screw needs to be not crazy tight, but you know, you want to have it snug because it did come loose on me in while shooting. Like I said, like you saw, there was no issues with shooting once the gun was clean. The biggest plus the Victory has opposed to Beretta is the trigger. The trigger on a stock Neos sucks. I shouldn't really be dry firing it because it's not good for the 22s, they say. Not exactly know why, but let me see if I can find a snap cap. Well, I don't have a snap cap, but I have a next best thing. I have a dummy round. So, trigger on a Beretta is really, it's kind of heavy, gritty, really not what you want on the Target 22. This one was worked on a little bit. Maybe one of those days I'll make a video. I found sort of like a instructions online on one of the forums how to mess with it. So I did mess with the trigger. I did get it smooth out a little bit, but it's still fairly heavy trigger and fairly long. Try it again. Try it again. Okay, now you can see it. So after I've worked on it a little bit, it's a little better, but you know, still leaves a lot to be desired. Now let me take the dummy round out. Now the Victory on the other hand, I mean, it doesn't have a match trigger, but it's a lot nicer trigger. When I was buying this, guy actually had a Model 41 from Performance Center. I think it was like $1,200, but that thing was phenomenal. Had excellent trigger. Okay, now I don't know how much you can tell from this, but it's so much nicer opposed to Beretta. So much nicer. All right, so we talked about the trigger. We talked about the barrel. I'm debating what kind of optic to put on it. Whether I should, spend the money, get like a Seymour, or I was thinking just getting like a cheap airsoft optic. It's a 22. I mean, there's not much recoil, and I understand. You get what you paid for, but then again, it's not like I'm gonna be next Mark Michel. So anyway, just a quick video on a new edition. I did acquire another gun, so there's gonna be another video coming soon. Give you a little clue. It's made in New York. That should tell you what I got, or at least what brand I got. So as always, everybody, have fun, keep shooting.